big steps, and especially with us as listeners, black, white, Asian, Arab, doesn't matter. Us as listeners, I mean, we're from Detroit, right?
Right.
We drop up to Birmingham, you're gonna see some white boys with some chains.
That's right.
Some gangster rap. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? And when I was in high school, we took a field trip. I went to Oak Park High School. We took a field trip to Seaholm High School in Birmingham.
Right.
And I met a young man, he's a hip hop artist himself. And he was telling me, and he lives in the suburbs. And he was telling me he genuinely respects and acknowledges the impact of hip hop, the purpose of hip hop, that's expressing yourself and telling your story.
Yeah.
And I 100% respected it. I didn't judge him because he was Caucasian. I didn't judge him because of his background, because he was suburban. He respects the music.
Okay.
Period.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with that being said, the music has to be respected to the people that are in charge, that have the power. These big labels, these institutions. And like Michael Jackson was saying back in 2002.
What Michael Jackson say?
Man,
What did the king of pop say?
Look, I love Michael Jackson. That's why I keep on bringing him up. But what he was saying was so true. I'm not biased at all because I've been a super fan since I was,
Come on
9
with it.
years old, man.
You know they said Mike was deep, right? They say Mike. They really say like Mike low-key was like Black Power.
Oh yeah.
Like,
and you see it.
Straight soul brother.
And you see it, man. And you see it. But like he was saying, just what he said about James Brown and Sammy Davis Jr. though, it was disheartening to hear, because these are pioneers in music,
right?
That they need to dang near own those record companies. You know how many people they inspire people today that are Caucasian or whatever genre. Like these people are music. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I'm probably rambling on a little bit.
But look, we're gonna get some more into that, and we're gonna talk about. Because you bring up Michael Jackson, you bring up a very powerful person who, guess what, end up owning his own masters. Then he owned the Beatles catalog. So what was Michael Jackson trying to tell us before his passing? Guess what? Y'all can respect this music all y'all want to. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. Michael Jackson, like, I respect music, but I respect his business and his money.
Okay.
So that's all I'm getting at. See, we can have love in this kumbaya moment of freaking polka dot aliens and Asians and Hispanics and Vietnamese and all these people who love black hip hop music. But guess what? They don't mind appropriating the music either and making dollar off of that. Okay. So real quick, Hazeltone, before we get back into the subject matter that we was talking about today, give us some insight to how you came up with this single. What's the motivation behind this song?
The motivation behind this song is most definitely getting to this money. There was a time and period in my it's serious, man. It's something I'm really passionate about. Because there was a time in my life where I was in high school and my mom passed away.
Okay, sorry about to hear about that.
Yes, and thank you. And when you go through things like that, it's easy to be discouraged.
Yeah,
it's easy to, you know what I'm saying, not want to do anything. But I had to be motivated at the end of the day, for one, because I still maintain faith that she's watching over me.
Yeah.
Period. And I had to use that as motivation to keep going. And that's what you have to do when I make music like that. Talk about getting to this money, working hard. And also, it's a little bit testimonial too.
Yeah.
Don't assume, though, I had to bust in my shoes, though. I had to go through a lot to, you know what I'm saying? Be with, like, my company. I had to go through a lot. I did that by myself. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of course, with the support of my family, but I mean, wasn't no friend, nobody writing no raps for me.
Right.
And nobody helped me produce this. I haven't even been in the studio for real before. I did all this with my computer and my microphone.
Right.
So, like, that's really, it's testimonial at the end of the day. So,
I mean, because I made mention earlier of the fact that, you're a person, I believe, that's always just thirsting for knowledge.
Oh yeah.
Always looking at the upside of life.
For sure.
And you're just a vibrant guy. To me, from what I see, I'm like, man, this dude is just a vibrant go-getter. So, we're talking about other aspects of you. I know you do photography.
Yes.
You've done work for me.
Yes.
Like this gifting you have, music, photography, media. How did this come about, and how did you know you had talents in that area?
Because I loved it. I did it for free every day.
Yeah.
I did it for free. With stuff that
Yeah.
you do for free every day, that should be your career. Honestly, if you would just get up 7 a.m. and just do it, just to do it, that should honestly be what you push to people.
Right.
And I've been doing music since like I was in middle school when my mom got me my first MacBook. You know, garage band. I could make my own music. You know what I'm saying? And I just actually, in high school, I had to tell myself, like, I should really push myself and believe in myself. And I started uploading music in my SoundCloud, like, in 12th grade, man. And started doing remixes and things like that. And and that's just my advice to all young black people, man. All young people, period. But I'm talking to my black people right now because I'm a young black man. Push yourself, believe in yourself when nobody else does. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will.
All right, now, see, what's interesting is you and I have had conversations, and I've hired you to do work for me.
Yes.
And I remember one of the first things you was like, oh, yeah, I got you, Rock. I'll take care of you. I was like, no, I need to pay you. Yeah. I say, I need to pay you for what it is that you do. And I did that for a reason. Because one of the things that what we do as black folk, we always like to challenge and question each other. Yeah. I threw that out there. I got loud when I said each other.
Emphasis, y'all.
Yeah, and the reason why I'm doing that is we would challenge and question each other about what are we doing. Right. But we don't get that same type of challenge to Bob and Becky. Right. Bob and Becky, Bob and Becky doing all sorts of stuff to you, telling you that you better not be late and you better sit down and work in your cubicle and turn in them TCS reports.
50% of your money.
Oh, yeah. But you ain't got no venom for Bob and Becky. Okay. So what I'm saying is this. I put my money where my mouth is. Right now, we're on a black-owned station. This is a black-owned station. This segment that we're doing here, I pay a fee to do this segment. And guess what? Money is leaving my black pockets and going into black hands. And I don't know if that matters to anybody else, but that matters all the world to me. Because guess what? There's other studios or radio stations that I can go to and I can participate with, give them my dollars, and have a show. Real talk. Right. That's how that works. But no, I'd rather do it with my people. Period. So guess what? I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Everybody always looking for a grand, build a school like LeBron. Like I ain't got LeBron money. Stop it. It's not hot. We always want a grand thing. Right. Why? So I can build it and you not do nothing with it? Right. I can say this. Mm-hmm. Because we go over and beyond. People, they want you to do something just so totally magnificent for people to barely participate with it. Right. All I'm saying is it starts with the little things. If I know you, we connect, guess what? Let's work something out. Can I pay you what I can pay you? What are your prices? Maybe your prices are set prices. I get it. Maybe I can't afford you. So you know what? We don't do business at the time. Or maybe I do business with you, or I can pay what I can afford. I can only get some of your services. Why is that important? Because it has to start somewhere. White ice isn't colder. You'll catch that on the way home. Yeah. Google that. Google that.
I kind of get it. Right?
All I'm saying is, if I go to somebody else that's not of an African American race, doesn't mean it's gonna be better. Or watch this. What if yours isn't of the quality that it should be, that in another race's their quality is? Yeah. Now I got to make a judgment call. Yeah. What do I need done right now? Now I might need some stuff that need to be done, and guess what? It's a serious nature. Like I might need my brakes fixed, and I need them done right. So guess what? I got to go to the mainstream mechanic, right, whatever the mainstream stores are, right, versus going to you and your startup mechanic shop. Because these my brakes we talk about now. Yeah. I need some serious stuff done. My life is on the line. I know you didn't learn how to do brakes from your granddaddy, but you ain't got a certificate to first. Do you get my point? Yeah, most definitely. So you talking about some man support the black man. You don't have a certificate. You have no license, and you just want me to trust my life? Now, what if it's a certain thing that we talking about, like photography? Mm-hmm. Guess what? You haven't gone to school for photography, but you know about the back of your hand. You've been messing around with a camera since you can walk. Mm-hmm. So guess what? Can I take time with you as you continue to perfect your craft? Can I look at your work and say, okay, we can work with this. Yeah, may not be straight studio professional grade, but I can work with it for what I'm doing. Right. See, I think these are the measures that we need to take when we're talking about spending money with our own. And why am I harping on this? Why am I talking about spending money with our own? Why am I harping on doing business with our own? Yeah. Because this ties into everything that we're saying. If we want to be respected, if we want to be valued, we have to respect ourselves and each other first. You cannot expect for any other company and organization outside of your own race of people to respect you in the manner in which you respect yourself. Man. You can't. Just saying. So, what do we do? What are the answers? Now, let me throw this in here because this is a segment that I want to get into because I was like, where's the money going? The money that we make, where's it going? And let me throw this in there. A lot of times people criticize the church, especially, and I'm just gonna take the black community. I don't ever see it in Asian communities. I live down the street from like a Korean, whatever the name of the church is, it's like Koreans for Jesus or something. I don't know. That's the name of it. And I don't see them complaining. It's a brick church that's been there like forever and a day. Yeah. They ain't complaining about nothing. Yeah. But black folk, man, the pastor, he drive around. Is that how people talk? I don't know. Is that? Man, pastor got all that money. Man, why they gotta have a mega church?
Looking at this man's face right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Why black?
He's so serious.
I'm just saying, why black folk gotta have all this? We complain so much about the aspect of tithes and offering and alms and giving gifts, monetized gifts to the church, and don't understand it. A lot of us do not understand the spiritual principles about giving financially. It's amazing how we got so much venom for the black church, but you not protesting outside First Cathedral Catholic St. Luke Church, Cardinal so-and-so collecting the same amount of money, but you ain't out outside his church protesting. But you'll stand outside a black church and cause a ruckus and protest all day long. Why is that?
Man, I feel like that definitely drives into a whole other conversation in terms of valuing black work. Yeah.
Can I add this to there? Talk about black work, and I ain't gonna turn this into the defend the church segment. Mm-hmm. But I'm making a point. One of our longest running institutions in the black community is the church. Yeah. Is the church. And you just said we gotta have respect for black work. Come on now. If people knew, if you saw the itinerary of a pastor, I would like to know, could anybody who's complaining about the work that goes on in the church, if you took the itinerary of a pastor for a day, I wonder, could you do it?
Man,
I wonder, could you do it? How many sick and shut-in people are you going to go visit? Right. How many widows are you going to make sure that's taken care of because their husband died? Yeah. What do you go see? We complain so much. How many of these things that you going to do that a pastor going to do? How much grief counseling you gonna do? How many baptisms you gonna do? How many funerals you gonna do? See, the same people that's criticizing the church that live in the community don't want to participate, don't want to give no money, don't want to pay spiritual tithes and offerings, but yet you want to be buried in the church? You want to be baptized in the church? Little Ray done shot up a whole block, but you brought him to the church to have his funeral service. I know, it hurts. I know. My whole point is what? We don't even respect the work. And if we don't respect the work, and you complain about the black church getting money, my question is, what are you doing with your money?
Exactly.
You complain about what the black church doing with the money and talking about what the black church should be doing. The black church that went from a spiritual center to being somebody's doggone daycare.
Preach to him.
We need a daycare in the church. We need a doggone soup kitchen in the church. We need a doggone clothing shelter in the church. We need a homeless shelter in the church. If you gonna run all that stuff, where the money coming from?
Preach to him.
Don't you know homeless shelters need money to operate? Oh, I'm sorry, but you ain't giving no tithes and offering.
And that really brings to back to what I was saying, seriously. And we talking about the same thing, man, when it comes to valuing and supporting our black work, man. People are so quick. They'd rather pay $500 for the new Gucci belt. You feel what I'm saying?
You got one of those.
But they don't.
I'm just messing. I'm just messing with you.
I know you cap, yo.
Oh, you got a $500 Gucci belt?
He cap. Nah, but for real, people rather pay $500 for a Gucci belt than pay $500 for a whole portrait sleeve tattoo that an independent artist is doing on their skin. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, why would you value?
Ooh, you make a great point.
Yeah.
So, even though you like tattoos, so you got a brother, so you got Keith. Brother Keith, which he don't do it. Keith's doing full sleeve tattoos. Some that he didn't work hard for. But because he a brother, we looking like, oh man, you want a whole sleeve done. But you don't mind giving Gucci. So Keith say, yo, that whole sleeve, which is probably cheap, really, by the way, $500 for a sleeve. So Keith say, I'm charging $500 for the sleeve. Yep. And you like trying to talk Keith down. But you'll go to the Gucci store and pay
$1,000 for this. Yes, man.
For a belt.
Exactly.
With no problem.
Exactly.
Once again, the black community is always complaining about what we don't have. My question is, once again, where the money going? Where the money going?
That's real.
Now, Keith, just so everybody can know, Keith, they probably can't hear you. Keith, am I lying when I say I pay money to do this show and I give this money to black hands?
Right.
Did I lie? No, I did not lie. And you know what? I feel good every time I got to pay when my bill is due.
Period.
Every time.
Period.
My money going to somebody eating. Some black person did like, man, Rock, you Rock that came through. They got them some ribs or whatever. But I'm just joking. These lights got to be on. This electricity got to run. The water, whatever. I don't know. But all I know is we building together. So guess what? For everybody who's like, God, what are you doing? I'm doing my part.
Period.
What you doing? When I came here, I did not come to somebody and be like, oh, well, can you lower the price for what it is? Okay. No, we talked about it. If I couldn't afford it, I wouldn't be here. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I had to throw that out there. I know that sounds hard, but I know you always got some naysayer or somebody out there talking about some, well, what are you doing?
Right. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. They think I'm just here running my mouth. Yeah. That's what they think they're doing.
Somebody that don't want to listen. No, somebody that don't want to listen to it. Somebody that don't want to listen to you tell the truth and don't hear blah, blah, blah. Always, man.
But, I mean, look. I challenge us, man. I understand. Look.
I respect you, man.
I served in the United States military. Most people couldn't do it. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Most people couldn't do it because people put it in a position of like, oh, I ain't going to work for the man. Okay, but you'll work for Capital One. Okay, got it. You'll work for Bank of America. You'll work for Ford, GM, Chrysler. Like, you ain't going to go work.
Working for the man.
You ain't going to go fight a war, but you scared to death that you going to be late because Ford going, you know what I'm saying? They going to fire you for being late. Okay, you fighting somebody's war, so I get it. My point is, I had to suffer a lot of things as well in the United States military, being part of the United States government. You just do. It's life. And what I'm talking, no, it's just day to day. Yeah. I mean, look, the fact of the matter is that the military was never, constructed for black people. So I get the story of what everybody said. Been there, done that. I understand fighting the good fight. But all I'm saying is there comes a time when you have to realize you cannot continue to try to change the mind of the people that don't want you. It's 2020 and we still talking about, come on, Grammy, y'all got to respect us. Man, stop it. I mean, what is that what y'all came up with your Rock Nation brunch? Is that what you walked away with? That's the best you can do. And I know what we do is, don't criticize Diddy. Man, look, I'm giving smoke to anybody that's in position to empower us and do better. Right. What am I saying? All I'm saying is it from small things to big things. We all on different levels. Yeah, I ain't no Diddy level financially. So people can be like, oh, well, you don't know what his issues is.
I most definitely love that.
Look, let me get that. Come on, man. Let me get that type of bread and I can show you.
Period.
Because all I'm saying, I'm gonna end it with this, and before we get into my last segment, I'm gonna let you take us out. All I'm saying is it's 2020, and I said this to you off air, and I've said this before, and I mean it, and I know it hurts us. It hurts us to our core. We don't have any cruise liners. We don't have any railroads. We don't have any airlines. Black owned now. Mm-hmm. We don't have any electric companies. Mm-hmm. We don't have any water companies. Mm-hmm. We don't own a rock quarry. Like all these things, we don't have any. We don't own mining companies. As a black people, all these things are farmed out to us. Every day, we are sitting there buying constantly of things that we don't own. How long are we going to continue to do that? How long are we just going to be a cog in the wheel? I mean, a cog in the system or a spoke in the wheel of a system that was never intended for us. That's all I'm saying. When are our next, somebody as talented as you, where are our software designers? Where's our black people making our apps? Who's the black people that's making the phone company for us? It's so funny because I'm ending with this. When you're on social media, you see, because Akon, he kind of got done a little raw deal a little bit, and he ended up leaving. He was just like, forget it, I'm going back to Africa. I don't know how true it is. Akon building schools. Yeah. He building electric grids for electricity. He doing all sorts of big, huge things. Yes, sir. He's not doing it here. He's doing it in Africa. So all I'm saying is, maybe we need to get the message. Take us out, bro.
Man, this dude Rock always schooling me, man. You see me sit up here, I'm like, yes, sir. Period. Man, you done brought some great points, man. I'm glad you just brought up Akon, man, going back to Africa because he has been making big boss moves. Okay? Building schools. And shout out to my black people that are doing things like that, building schools.
For sure.
Things like that. LeBron. Like, come on now. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Honestly. And I 100% agree with you, man. Like, how long are we going to keep begging to be accepted? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I said, at the end of the day, we are a country. We are all people. We are all human beings. We all work hard. We all bleed the same blood.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? We breathe the same air. I respect the fight to be accepted. However, as long as we are catering and helping our people that we are fighting for,
right?
I respect the fight, man. I said what I said, and it's something that's needed to unite us as people. And period.
That's what it is, man. I love it. Hey, tell me this: how can the people get in? Because I want people to contact with you. Mm-hmm. See, we did all this talking, and we got to build. We got to contact. We got to connect, right?
Yeah.
How can people connect with you? How can people listen to what the music that you're putting out there?
And you guys can check out all my music and contact me directly at AntonioByrdMedia.com. That's Antonio, BYRDmedia.com. You can contact me, listen to my music, check out my photography, and all my other content on there, man. AntonioByrdMedia.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram at QUESOTONE. That's at QUESOTONE.
That's what's up. I love it. Hey, I pray. Hey, y'all follow QUESOTONE. Hey, you won't be disappointed. This guy got great content. He's on the move, a rising star. Hey, look, I got something special for us. Got that rock solid advice. Hey, got that rock solid advice for you. In today's rocks, I know, right? Some horns or something. Hey, look, today's rock solid advice, your RSA is this. Beware of the polls. Beware of the polls. Now, you know that nothing in his life should be free, right? Nothing. Like, I think really, quite honestly, everything is pretty much quid pro quo. Who in their right mind with any common sense would give something and don't expect to get anything in return? Right. I don't know who does that. Now, I'm going to tell you something. There's a place that people go and the polls are slick and slippery. And people are just making it rain with their dollar bills. And they just giving their dollar bills and they watching this slick and slippery poll action and they're getting nothing from it. They just walking out of this institution steaming mad. rock hard, and they ain't get nothing from seeing a slick and slippery pole.
Yeah.
Now, there's another poll that's getting ready to come up, and people gonna go in and they're gonna cast their ballot. They gonna make it rain with their ballot. But the problem is that they have no expectation on what to receive.
Yeah.
They just gonna cast a ballot.
Yeah.
So I look at it like this. Both of these polls are slick and slippery. But that's on you if you let all that slick and slippery grease get on you. Because by you just either making it rain and you expect to get nothing in return, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Or the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
That's real.
All I'm saying is this. The polls can be dangerous.
And slippery and greasy.
Slippery and greasy. So if you don't want anything, go ahead, go to the polls. Make it rain. Cast your ballot. I got better things to do.
Oh,
I'm not giving nobody nothing.
Period.
And expect not to get something in return.
Right.
I ain't like that. So that's just advice.
Period. Watch out for the poles.
Watch out for the slick and slippery poles.
Greasy poles.
Hey, it's just advice. You can do with it what you want to.
Period.
That's your rock solid advice for this week. Hey, look, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. Thank you for my brother QUESOTONE.
Thanks for letting me on here, man.
Absolutely. Hey, and that's it. And we out. I'll see you next week. Salute. There we go. 1 minute.
That was disgusting, man.
What?
Slick, slippery, and greasy.
It's the truth.
The fact that dude added greasy, though.
Hey.
I'm like, dog.
These cats out here. I don't see going to the